Now, I came across this video on my timeline and I wanted to share it with y'all because this is another example of these Asians playing in y'all face.
I love when the black community says, let's boycott Asian businesses. Please do. We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromats. Let's get rid of the liquor stores as well. Get rid of the Jordans you guys wear, the Nikes you wear, the shower caps, the Hondas, the Hyundais, all your car electricians, the electronics in your house, the Sony, the TV system, your sound system, the microphones that you guys use to rap and speak about awareness for the black culture and the hip hop culture. Where do you think that's made in? That's made all in Asia. And here's another thing for you guys. You guys want us to leave the neighborhood so bad? Oh, Asian people are in our neighborhoods? We're in white neighborhoods. We have our own Chinatown. We have our own Koreatown. You think we really need you guys to benefit off and make money? A lot of us do go to college as well. You're being outworked by immigrants who barely speak English. And you're not embarrassed? Go to the bank, start your own businesses, and deal with your own people. I want to see your own women get on their hands and knees and do pedicures and manicures and deal with nasty ass attitudes, okay? Please, boycott Asian business. I'm all for it.
So he pretty much calling y'all bluff. Put them out of business and let them go set up shop in the neighborhoods of the people that they respect. So that way, them folks can make them rich instead of us.
And just like that, he gave me the push I needed to leave Asian nail shops behind and find me a black-owned nail shop. I found one. It took a simple Google search. I'm headed out there tomorrow.
You hear that, black community? The Asian people are telling us they don't want our money. They don't need our money. We need them more than they need us. So I say, let's show them. And you know what's funny to me? Like, they would bring up all of this stuff that was happening in other Asian countries, but the Asians we are mad at are the ones that are in America. So when you were talking about the food places or the laundromat or the nail salon and all of that, that's what we're going to hit. We know as black Americans, we can't stop from purchasing things from China or Japan. We aren't mad at the people that are in their own countries. We are mad at the people that come to America and you came off the backs of our ancestors and then you come over here and be in our communities and be racist as fuck and contribute to white supremacy. We are mad at those Asian Americans, not the ones that are in China and Japan living their life and not interacting with us. We are mad at the ones that are interacting with us in America. So you proved our point. So black Americans, they don't need our money. They don't want our money. They got their own Chinatowns and they're in white neighborhoods. You heard it from him first.
Y'all seen that viral video of that Asian man going in on the black community saying, how are the blacks gonna boycott, Asian anything when we own it all? We got cleaners, we got nail salons, we got stores, we make your Nikes and everything. Ooh, he done let his mouth overload his behind, baby, and he gonna F around to find out along with a whole lot of these people. I've seen nothing but big creators, small creators, just everybody posting their favorite black-owned businesses, supporting their own black-owned business, and they are getting ready to boycott Asian businesses, y'all. Ooh, have they learned nothing from some of these big corporations who decided to do some things that, try to knock out some of their favorite shoppers? They ruffled the feathers of their favorite shoppers, and they lost a whole lot of those shoppers, so they lost a whole lot of business for a lot of these big corporations when they did it too. They sure enough did. And now a lot of Asian people are up next for this, y'all. People around posting their favorite black nail techs, hairstylists, hair care lines, stores, gas stations, laundromats, y'all. I'm thinking some of these people that forgot where it all originated from. Don't get it twisted and act like because a lot of African American utilize Asian businesses that there's no African American businesses. They're out there, and right now they finna get a whole lot of more business going their way, since a lot of people feel some type of way about what this viral video has put off, y'all. Hoo-wee. It's about to be something, baby. Here comes that major boycott. Thank y'all for sipping a little more tea with Auntie. Bye, y'all.
In case you wonder what just happened, you basically got punked. You had somebody pretty much remember the Spike Lee movie where he said, this is what they think about you? I'm not saying every Asian person feels this way, but I bet you that there's more than him. The reality is that economics is war. Economics is competition. Dr. Claude Anderson told you this in the book Powernomics. He said power is the ability to pursue your agenda despite the opposition of others. Now, as you watch this video and you think about how you're feeling right now, I want you to think about how many times you've heard people make excuses. I want you to think about how many times you see somebody pick up a beer bottle when they could have picked up a book. I want you to think about how many brothers and sisters out here could have started businesses, could have taken the risk, but decided to go chase a job instead. I want you to think about all the people who run around saying that black people have no money, have no income, have no wealth, even though the studies show that if you were a country, your income would be higher than about 95% of the countries on this entire planet. I want you to think about how many times people tell you that it's impossible. I want you to think about that. How many times you hear somebody say, well, every time we build a black Wall Street, all they do is go burn it down. That's a loser mentality. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that these things did not happen. I'm not saying that we haven't been victimized. But the reality is that if you ain't ready to fight, you can't win the game of economics. This game is not won by punks. This game is won by communities that work together, by communities that have a vision, by people that teach their children perseverance, people that push you to do what your grandma used to say, which is to work twice as hard, even if you only get half as much. But unfortunately, when we got integrated, we traded our land and our businesses for student loans and corporate jobs. Now look at you, getting pumped by some random guy on the internet. I happen to have a PhD in finance. I teach finances every morning to 10,000 people for free, Powernomics style. If you'd like to join us and you're on Instagram, put the word money in the comments or text the word money to the number 87948. I'll see you soon. Peace.
I saw a video where an Asian content creator challenges the black community to boycott Asian businesses because without their services, apparently we'd be lost because they mass produce and counterfeit everything, but all the things he mentioned, they did not invent. I think that he fails to realize that the hype around items and making things culturally relevant, that's us. We're the blueprint. We are also the bag. The black dollar represents $1.6 trillion in spending with our silly selves. So while it's not okay to go on social media and create a racial divide, it opens up some conversations about how we should be recycling our own dollars. If y'all want to tag some black hair companies where the manufacturing or is not out of China, maybe it's out of India. If you guys want to tag some Latino and black nail tags, black owned businesses in terms of clothing where the manufacturer is not done in China, that would be great because I'm a part of a group on Facebook called Black Dollar Connect. You guys want to check that out if you're in the Indianapolis area. And it's about services and recycling the black dollar. Maybe that's things that we need to consider. He probably is sparking a conversation that needs to be had. However, ill his intent was. So everyone have a great day and recycle those black dollars.
If you are Asian and you feel terrible about the lack of justice done case, I want you to open up a browser window and type in black-owned businesses and then the name of your town. We live in America under capitalism. Our money is going to talk louder than our vote does, or our words. And if you know that any business, local or mega corporation, has done black people dirty, do not spend your money there. I have not set foot in a Target for years. Sometimes I go in there to take up their air conditioning and not spend any money. Sorry. Go try a black-owned restaurant. I promise it's delicious. Find a black-owned nail salon. Don't go in there expecting mega cheap prices because a lot of these small business owners are navigating generational economic oppression in order to open their businesses. But like I said, what you get can be really, really good and worth it. Before you go spending your money at like an Asian store or other non-black business, you can see in the comments, like in their Google reviews, if they have multiple people who have experienced racism there. If it happens more than a couple times, then maybe don't shop there. Anyway, this is a suggestion that I saw multiple times throughout my comment section from different black people suggesting that Asian people start shopping at black businesses if we don't agree with the verdict, and I'm just passing it along.
There is no, hate towards the Asian community. I just want the Asian community to know this. This is not personal. It's business, okay? We need to do something for us. It has nothing to do with you, okay? What Chow did doesn't mean all y'all did that, okay? Whatever his name is. Whatever he did doesn't mean it was all y'all together. What we mean by boycotting is valuing our black dollar in our black neighborhoods. Our neighborhoods need to have us as the business. We need to take care of and take control over our neighborhoods. Y'all don't need to be in our neighborhoods. No foreigners don't need to be in our neighborhoods. You're in the black and Hispanic neighborhoods. The only people that should be having businesses in these neighborhoods are the people that live in the neighborhoods. And I'm not talking about, Asian family over here or Caucasian family over there. No, we're talking about a majority. And we already know what the majority is. Black and brown. Let's just be honest. Those are the businesses that need to exist in those neighborhoods and no one else. And a black community. Mexicans don't need to worry. They don't need no help from nobody. They got each other. They outnumber all of us in America. So they have no fight in this. But as black folks, this is for us. This is no hate towards you. Okay? This is no hate towards you. All right? We're mad at one man, not the whole culture. Okay? Has nothing to do with you. It's something we need to do for ourselves. That's it.
When it comes to Ricky Chow and his family getting theirs, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear about no solidarity, no black and brown coalitions. I don't want to hear about no Martin Luther King marches, no oppressed peoples. No, we on the same team. We was on the same team during the civil rights movement, helped y'all get over here, and then y'all became the heads of ICE. Same team during Vietnam, didn't go to fight y'all, didn't have no beef then. Y'all came over here, brought over all kinds of nicknames for us, like we was the ones that brought Agent Orange over there. We was on the same team when y'all ripped everything in K-pop, whether it's the sound, the dancing, the styles, the vernacular. And then y'all looked us in the face and figured out 1,000 ways to try to get away with saying the N-word. So yes, I already know how they did his story. And I don't care. I told you my concern is my people. I said I wanted to do what would help us out the most. What I did not say is that I'm finna walk in love and turn the other cheek. I don't believe in white Jesus. We don't even play those games around here. So if the universe and anyone else who wants to does something to Ricky Chow and his folks, you not finna get no complaints from me. You also not about to get too many words of apologies or condolences. You not about to get none of that. Y'all want solidarity? Go talk to y'all cousins. Go talk to y'all families about why they got more smoke for us than the dudes with the blonde hair and blue eyes who dragged their moms out of a hut and violated them. Same dudes that some of y'all jump out the window to defend. Grown man, by the way. Don't believe me? Watch this. This ain't got nothing to do with hate. It got everything to do with right and wrong.
Let me put y'all on game. The Asian people do not like us. They don't like us. We know this. This is no surprise. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so tired of it. You know how you get them. You know how you hit their pockets. Stop going to these nail shops. Stop shopping at their stores. I don't care if you got to go to Costco's or Sam's or just Walmart, just anywhere. They don't like us. I'm going to tell y'all a true story. I stay across the street from one of them. And I live in a pretty nice neighborhood. It's no sense of lying. I've been here for years. You know, this bitch never did speak to me, but it took me to go take her mail. A check. That's what it said. Paid out to take a check back over there. And a FedEx package came here. Then I guess she felt, oh, she's not like that. And then she started speaking to me. Ma'am, you didn't have to speak to me because one thing about me, I'm going to do the right thing anyway. Okay, I'm gonna do the right thing. But after 10 years, she just started speaking to me. I used to walk. She used to cross the street so she wouldn't speak to me. This is the truth. I'm telling y'all, these people do not like us. Only thing they like and only thing they want is our money. That's it. And you want to, y'all could get them out there protesting. Get them out there. If you want to hit them, I'm telling you, stop going into their stores. Stop going to the nail shops for a little while. I don't know, go find a black nail tech. Go do something. That's how we hurt them. We hurt them by stop supporting them. You know what? And the sad part about it, somebody gonna go right back in that same store. That store open up. They're gonna go right back in that same store in a couple weeks or whatever. And they're gonna go back and support them and buy from them and do whatever the case may be. We got to stop. We need to come together. We are powerful than what we think we are. We are powerful people. Start supporting one another. Stop hating on one another as black people. But we know that these people do not like us. It's right in front of our eyes. And how we hurt them is stop supporting them. Hugs and love. Y'all be blessed to J-Lo.
I knew y'all was going to find a way. I knew black people was going to find away. Stop listening to the propaganda. This is exactly why the Democrat politicians, this is why they love black people so much. Because y'all just follow whatever you see on TV. Y'all start getting up in arms and y'all start making dumb decisions. Why are y'all starting a race war with the Asians? What did Asian people do to you in America? Nothing. One family of Asian people at a store did something wrong. And y'all taking it out on all Asian people. And then y'all gonna fuss with all black people and tell them you have to not support Asian stores. You have to not support the nail salons. You have to, for what? Do you know how much black on black crime we deal with on a daily basis? And y'all still got the nerve to get on here and say support black businesses? Black lives matter? How can you go and attack every Asian and start saying don't support any Asians, but you don't have that same smoke for your own community? Because we do the most damage to ourselves, yet we get on here and say support black businesses, love black people, help black people. This is what I mean by the Democrat elites. They love the black voters because y'all do stuff like this. They can get y'all to move in any direction that they want y'all to move. And then guess what? When this blows over, you're going to be sitting on here talking about how come nobody likes black people? How come they call us aggressive? How come nobody wants to support us? How come nobody cares about us? This is why. Because every single opportunity that you get to choose the wrong option, you choose it. The situation was what the situation was. To have emotions about it is just fine. To feel a way about it is just fine. To show your condolences, to have conversations, to heal, you guys need to do that. But taking this opportunity to take out your anger and frustration on all Asian people, that's exactly why people don't like the black community. That's exactly why the Democrat elites love the black community. Because y'all are reactive. Y'all don't think, you just react. Stop. Think. Pray. Show some love. But going out here and saying we need to boycott all Asian markets and all this kind of stuff, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. God bless.
I am offended. I am appalled, but I'm not shocked. First, let's get this straight. You are able to build your livelihood and support your family off of the black dollar, not the other way around, through the support of the government in black neighborhoods. And you're talking about you're not afraid of a boycott. You're able to be successful because of the cooperation of black people. They come in there, they get their goods, they pay their money, and they leave. You have your few bad apples, your complaints, but at the same time, you are able to be largely successful because of the black dollar. The boycott should be the least of your concerns. Because what if they decided to not be as cooperative? What if they decide, F a boycott, we gonna go in here and tear it up and take whatever we want? Then what? And see, you're poking at a bear because for the large part, black Americans have been kind. They've been nice. They've been Christian. They've always tried to do the don't bother me and I won't bother you. That's always been the motto. But you all keep taking them for granted and keep taking their kindness as weakness and keep believing that white supremacists favor you more than they do the black man. I would caution Asian entrepreneurs to allow this man to be the spokesperson. And I'm not inciting anything. I just have forethought on how this thing could happen. The fact that there is an innocent child unalived by an Asian person wrongfully, there should be an uprising of Asians who speak out against that wrong because you know largely how much you depend on the black dollar. And see, this is why I'm also glad this is happening, because I was one of the people who said, no, black people don't go out there and march for ICE. Now, the scales are falling off. It is being revealed that the people the Democratic Party has propped up to be black Americans' friends don't like them or respect them that way.
Asian people should not feel offended when black communities say that they are going to boycott Asian businesses and focus on black-owned businesses. In response to Cyrus Carmack Belton's murder, there is literally nothing that I can really think of that can really mitigate that other than just depending on their own communities. If Asian communities cannot prove themselves to be safe spaces for Black communities, then of course they're going to go where their community is more likely going to be safer. I am not going to sit here and pretend that anti-Blackness does not run deep into Asian communities, and that is not still very much apparent in today, and the way that the conversation about Black people in Asian communities exists. There is no way that we can just ignore it, which is why, as an Asian person, you should not feel offended when Black people, Black communities are trying to find solutions for things that unfortunately Asian communities just fall flat on. They fall flat on their solidarity. We saw that with like our 2026 elections. We fall flat. We need to allow these communities to build their own, because we have showed them time and time again that we cannot be dependent on for them. And that is why, as an Asian person, I cannot feel offended for any reaction that came out of the not guilty verdict.
This is crazy. Now, all of this is coming off of the non-guilty verdict from Rick Chow. At the end of the day, Rick Chow did need the Black community to set up shop here in the United States of America. He did need to come into our community in order to build an economic base for his family. We are talking about the ones that actually do come into our community and do usurp Black dollars, because it is absolutely happening. When Asian people first started migrating over here by the droves, they were not allowed into Black American neighborhoods. Into white American neighborhoods. Why do you think that when we look at, of course it's like fiction, but it had like some, realistic historical context, the movie Sinners, you saw the Asian people where the Black people were communing with Black people? It's because we were the ones that accepted you all when you started migrating here en masse. Now you feel like because you got a leg up that you are a model minority and you're above Black American people. And it is utterly disgusting to think, and stupid and diabolical to think, that you are the only demographic of people that own manufacturing companies. There's manufacturing companies in the United States of America. There's manufacturing companies in India. There's manufacturing companies in Europe. There's manufacturing companies in goddamn Africa. Yes, we know that you guys do things cheaper for pennies on a dollar, but you're not the end all be all when it comes to getting products, goods and services. Your Chinese restaurant, he contradicted himself, because all of the things that he described were things that they set up in our neighborhoods to thrive and to make a way for themselves here in the United States of America. You all have been incentivized to come and set up shop in our community, we know. But without being able to do that initially, you would not have been able to even build as much as you've been able to in the United States of America. We don't need you to cook us cats and dogs at these Chinese restaurants. We actually need to stop shopping and eating there. We do not need you to do our nails and our toes. There are many Black nail techs that are actually way more talented than the Asian ones. And we do get, better service when we go to our own people. So you talking about, oh yes, please boycott. Don't use the dry cleaning. First of all, the first person that invented the dry cleaning was a Black man. So without that invention,
I have a couple of questions when it comes to boycotting all these Asian businesses. I first want to say that my heart goes out to that family. He only lived 14 years of his life, and I can't even imagine what that is like as a parent to lose your child. But I want some clarification as far as this boycott is concerned. I guess some of the questions I have is, why are we boycotting all Asian businesses? Because Rick Chow was a specific ethnicity. And are we boycotting Thailand too? Because Thailand was very welcoming to African American expats. Now, I don't have a problem with boycotting certain businesses, but why aren't we looking more specifically into the jurors and if they have businesses and maybe boycotting their business because they are the ones that exonerated him? So I'm just a little bit confused. I also want to throw out there that I don't shop at a lot of Asian businesses, and I don't have to shop at Chinese restaurants and things like that. But I am not boycotting BTS. BTS has not done anything to the Black community. And matter of fact, they have welcomed collaborations with artists, and some of their music stem from our music. So I don't mind boycotting everything else, but I'm not boycotting BTS. And I don't think I'm going to be boycotting Thailand either, because I need a place of refuge from this messed up country.
I couldn't wait to get home and do this video. This crackerjack right here, he was talking to y'all. He wasn't talking to me. You know why he wasn't talking to me? Because I shop Black owned. But let me show you. My hair products, right? Black owned. You know who this is. Black owned. Rice water, rosemary water, Black owned. Botanica oil, Black owned. For my locks, Black owned. If I wanted a dude, Black owned. Okay? For my kids, Black owned. Edge control, Black owned. Let me come over here. Edge control, Black owned. Now, if I wanted something for my body, Black owned. Y'all know who she be. Black owned. Okay? We get this? Now, if I want to wash my face, Black owned. Okay? If I wanted to smell good, Black owned. Let me open it so y'all see. Black owned. If I wanted my house to smell good, Black owned. And all of that right, Black owned. Black owned. If I wanted to wipe my butt, let me turn this around, baby. And I just got a package for 2 more. Black owned. If I wanted to wash my clothes, Black owned. Black owned. Vitamins, more vitamins. Black owned. Okay? Black owned. Now for my hormones and stuff. Black owned. But if I wanted to sage out my house, I can't find my other ones, but baby, Black owned. Black owned. Everything in my house is Black owned. I support my Black peoples. He was talking to y'all. He was not talking to me. And this is what I mean. You give them an inch, they take a mile. This Black owned in here. Black owned. Black owned. It's matter of fact, I got Black owned books. Books. Black owned. Everything is Black owned with me. I support my people. Matter of fact, forgot, girl. If I wanted my house, mop my floors, baby. Mop my floors. Black owned. What else did I forget? It's so much stuff in my house that's Black owned. Black owned. He was talking to y'all. He was not talking to me. He could never talk to me. I don't go there. I don't go to none of them. Y'all, I don't get my nails done. And I do my kids here, my husband here. Black owned.
So guys, on today's video, you're being dared. You as a Black person, as a Black American, as an African American, you're being dared by this Asian boy or man. I don't even know what I should be calling him at this point, because everything that he's saying is it sounds a bit very childish, because this sounds like someone that hasn't quite thought about what he's saying, and he's not fully aware of the consequences that this might have on either his people or himself. Yeah. Now, one of my biggest worries about this video is the fact that, people that talk carelessly like this, most of the time you'll find They're even the ones that do not have a business, and now they're speaking like this and putting their Asian people in problems. And yet those that own businesses, those that know the importance of black people in their businesses, have not said a word. And that is he's trying to make black people very, very angry, annoyed, but I am really, really afraid for the people that know him very well. I'm sure, I do not know. I have a feeling that he might not own a business, because if some of you have tried businesses, you definitely know that a customer is not someone you talk to like that. You do not keep daring them with stuff like that. You don't use such words, You cannot afford to, because you rely heavily on these kind of people. And once you spoil that relationship with them, then you need them tomorrow. And I don't know. I just have a feeling that if he was really a businessman, he would not be speaking like that. And real business people, real business owners would not do such a thing. Now, the Asian people that are watching this video, you better speak for yourself, because this guy is going to ruin you all. Black people are not people that you dare like that, and especially when you're being rude, when you're being disrespectful like that, you are going to, black people will just help you to understand who you are, and for you to know who they are, because that's what they do best. Yeah, they will not fight you, they will not try to speak so much, but they will show you who they truly are, and it will not be pretty. I can confirm that it will not be pretty. Now, he's daring black people to boycott Asian businesses. We have done a video in the past of that issue, where black people were threatening to boycott Asian businesses for well-known reasons. The misunderstandings here and there, and they said, if these people do not stop associating with white people and acting as if they are white themselves, then black people will not have a choice but to boycott their businesses and not associate with them anymore. Asians have lots and lots of businesses in black communities, and black people have supported Asians for quite some time. Yeah, despite everything else, they have been very supportive of Asian businesses. You see, the women talk about their nail technicians, their salons, the people that make their hair and all that. They have supported Asians as if they were their own, without caring much about race and who will benefit from that. And the other thing that you need to put in mind is the fact that black people have a good population, quite a good population, and they have the purchasing power. When you're talking about purchasing power, you're talking about people that have money and they're willing to spend. Now, that is black people. Black people will spend on expensive things, as long as it's for them and it's going to make them happy, they're willing to spend, they're happy to spend. Now, those are not the kind of people that you want to mess with, because that's your clientele, yeah? You cannot afford to mess with someone that is buying excessively from you, someone that is willing to spend on your business without caring if you are theirs or not. Now, black people know that, the good part is that it's not getting them as a shock. Black people do know that they have the purchasing power that these people need, and they can fully take advantage of that. That's why they're talking about, we will just do it. If you're asking us to boycott your businesses, we'll definitely do it, because black people threatened, and you see, they had that chance where these people would come out and apologize and speak sense, and then maybe they would just drop that and continue life as normal. But now, this is one representative of those Asian people, and he's coming out to speak carelessly like that. If you really know who black people are, you cannot dare to speak the way that he's speaking. And I was even scared watching that video. I was so afraid watching it until he finished speaking. I was like, just almost shaking, because I kept asking myself, does he really know who he's speaking to? Does he really know his audience? Does he really know the kind of people that he's dealing with? And to my surprise, yeah, that is what he had to say, and he was bold about it, and I don't know, not, and sometimes we can be giving our attention to someone that is actually just trying to trend for wrong reasons. They're just trying to be known out there. People have a lot of how do you call it, identity crisis. They want to be known, they want to just feel some type of way. So we could be dealing with a case like that, someone that just wants to annoy people and see how far they can go. Maybe they just want to feel what it feels like to be known by many people, and many people talking about you, many people responding to your videos and so on. Now, while you are trying to do that, also put in mind the fact that you're putting at risk a lot of Asian people that own businesses. And it makes it worse if you do not own one yourself, so you will not have to feel the pinch, but you have put people in problems, in trouble, and they do not know how to put themselves out of it. No, when he's talking about, no, you can boycott everything that is made by Asians, by China, by Japan, he is just being rude and arrogant, because black people have not at any instance talked about boycotting anything made by Asians. No, that is not what they have said. They have a problem with Asians that are living in America, Asian Americans. Those are the people that they have a problem with. And this kind of person that is making this video is really those kind of people that they are talking about. They're not talking about the people that are in their own countries. They're talking about people that are Asian and in their country, and behaving as though they are white, and they are being racist towards them. They are treating black people anyhow. And you see, it's very hard. It's going to be very hard for Asian people to even defend themselves, because look at how this guy is speaking in this video. He's definitely not feeling anything while saying this. And when black people talk about these people not respecting them, they have a lot of disrespect for black people for whatever reason. They found white people disrespecting blacks, and they came in, joined in, and started disrespecting black people as well. Now, when these Asian people want to talk about they do not disrespect black people, how then do you explain someone speaking the way that this guy is speaking in this video? It doesn't make a lot of sense. It shows that this is exactly how you people behave, and this is what you think about black people, and it's wrong in all levels. It's very wrong. And yeah, I just want you guys to watch this with a lot of open-mindedness. We make sure that we're not dealing with someone that is having some identity crisis. We're not dealing with someone that doesn't even own a business and is trying to put other people that own actual businesses in problems. Yeah, I don't know, but I just had a feeling that he probably is not worthy of all that, and he needs to be investigated. For the people that can access him, they should be able to share in the comment section. Let's know what you know about this guy. Does he really own any business? And yeah, let's know about that. So guys, if you're watching me for the first time, my name is Furaha, and I am so glad to have you on my channel today. I hope that you enjoyed this video, learned a thing or two, and if you like this kind of content, you can consider going to my playlist, check out what I have for you, what I have made in the past. And you can also consider being part of this amazing family by subscribing to my channel and joining the rest. Returning subscribers, thank you so much, guys. The support is overwhelming. It's overwhelming. And I'm so thankful to each and every one of you that has subscribed to my channel, shared videos, liked, left a comment to make the video go viral. Thank you so much, because you are really who you think you are. So thank you so much, guys. I'll see you on my next video. Bye for now.